It's story time with Lady Eight Eyes. While the tales I weave aren't always scary, I assure you that I am. So sit down, listen up, and keep your hands off the skip button, or else.
I can't stand this small town. It's so far away from everything. Everything that matters, everything that doesn't matter. And nobody ever comes, nobody ever goes. And I think it's screwing up the gene pool, making us all stupid. In the last 100 years, we've made about as much forward progress as a turtle trying to climb an iceberg after an oil spill. And the only thing I hate more than this small town is when someone in it dies. Every single time one of us drops off, we are all forced to sit and listen to the same old speech. The pastor reminds us that in death, the one whose spirit was taken gives us their final gift, their life. The funeral feast honors a memory, and through it, part of our departed loved one will live on in us forever. It's just fancy talk to make an ugly truth look good. It works about as well as polishing poop. I think these gatherings are just a desperate attempt to escape the obvious scientific fact that Grandma is dead. And she's not coming back. The dinner and the lecture isn't going to keep her alive any more than it's going to keep my attention. If my mother could read my mind right now, she would be pretty disappointed in me. She'd probably even call me vulgar. But I'm not vulgar. This place is vulgar. This backwards place, mired in backwards traditions. And my mother just loves it. Now don't get me wrong. I love my mother, but I am not going to do this anymore. I'm done. Yeah, I'm not going to do it, Mom, I say. Honey, you don't have a choice, she replies. Come on, Mom, why can't I just opt out? I try to reason with her. Honey, nobody does that. Her expression was apologetic, but she wasn't giving in. Well, I don't want to do this anymore. I hate it. I hate everything about this dying business. Have you ever really thought about it? I mean, really thought about what we do here? Because I have, and to be honest, Mom, I think it's sick. It's a funeral, honey. I mean, they're never truly enjoyable, but they are important. You'll understand when you're older. Now mind your manners and eat your dinner. I pushed the plate away defiantly. I had a flashback from when I was little, refusing a plate of cooked carrots. I remembered that heartbroken look on my mom's face back then, as I shoved my plate to the floor. She was mirroring that same face right now, but this time, I wasn't just refusing a plate of carrots. I was refusing a tradition, and as far as she was concerned, I was literally turning my nose up at God, as if anyone in this dumb town knew anything about God. Listen, Mom, you know other people don't do this, right? Mother shook her head. Her eyes told me I was breaking her heart. After a long moment of silence, she spoke with that soft, gentle voice that she uses whenever she wants to cajole me into doing a chore I don't want to do, or worse, when she tries to get me to say I love you in front of her friends. Come on now. We do a lot of things here other people don't do, but we are honoring the wishes and the memories of our ancestors. They are where you came from, and they deserve your respect. And that includes your grandmother, honey. I know that you're a fighter, but right now isn't time for a battle, so please, 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 do as you should. For your mother, please. She said that same thing to me 2 years ago when my Aunt Susie died. I listened to her then, and I knew I was going to listen to her now. I never could tell her no. My mom is such a sweet, persuasive woman. Besides, she was right. I was just a kid, and who was I to argue with tradition? But I vowed as soon as I left this town to forget it and its traditions. So I pulled my plate back in front of me. I studied the cubes of unsalted meat. Not so much as a parsley garnish. It was obvious Grandma hadn't done the cooking, but then this gathering wasn't about culinary artistry. It was about honoring the one who passed, and Mother had said Grandma would want me to be on my best behavior. While my mother watched on with pride, I stuck my fork into one of the cubes and drew it slowly to my mouth. I let the meat fall from the tines onto my tongue and chewed it slowly. It didn't taste good. I didn't expect it to. Grandmother, just like most of the stories she told, was hard to swallow.
I would say thank you for listening, but it's not like I gave you a choice.